This is a video for Haileybury students for the exam prep, just talking about variables. Okay, so we talk about in class, a variable is a box. Essentially, it's a box that you can store information in. You can name that box whatever you like. So I'm going to name this box name, and inside this one, I am going to put my name. Okay, there we go. There is a variable called name, and inside that box, I've got my name in there. Now I can prove that by doing a print statement, and I can say print the variable name, and it should come up on the screen over here as Nicholas. So it's going to print out what's inside that box. Okay, so I'm just going to go to here, back to here, and go run module. There we go, it printed out my name. So that's a variable. It's a box where you store information. Now, there are three different main types that we use of variables. There's a string, there is an integer, and there is a float. Okay, now, string we actually use, if we're using it in Python, we use str, integer we use int, and float we actually use the word float. Now, these three different types do different things. A string can be any set of characters all put together. So it could be a sentence, it could be a sentence with a phone number in it, so it can have numbers in it. It can have anything you like, and normally we see it inside inverted commas, all right? So this is a string of characters. So that is what a string is, right? So that is a string, and it can include numbers. It can include numbers. Okay, but the numbers, you can't use them for maths. They're just characters. The computer sees them as just a symbol on the screen. It doesn't see it as an actual number. Now, if you want to see an actual number, you need to use an integer. Now, an integer is a whole number, neg or pos. Negative or positive. Now, so in Python, you don't have the inverted commas, so you could just put 5, or you could just put -5. So a positive or a negative whole number. No decimals, no fractions, it's a whole number. That's what an integer is. So if we want to do decimals, then we need to look at a float. So is a decimal number neg or pos? And the same sense, you just write it like 5.3, or it could be -5.3. Okay, so they're the three main different types of variables that we use. Are these ones, a string, an integer, or a float. Now, integer, or a float, right? Now, once we've done that, we can use them in our variable. So we might have name, or we've already got is Nicholas. We might have number equals 9, and we might have, I don't know, pi equals 3.142. Okay, so here you can see, up the top here, here's a variable that's just a string. Here's a variable that is a number, and here's a variable that is a float. Okay, so there are three different types of variables. These in here, these are just definitions. This is not Python code. These are just definitions. In fact, I probably should hash them out at the start so that you know that they are, it's just a definition, just a comment like you would comment out in Python. Okay. Right, so that's it. They're the three different types. You can test all of them again. You can go print number, and you could do print in here pi. Save, run module. Nicholas 9 3.142. Right, so they are the different types of floats. These are not lists. Lists will be in a different video.